All right, nephews, lock in and let me talk to the guy who thought he finally did everything right. The texts were flowing, the dates were solid. She was laughing, smiling, blushing, leaning in. Nephew, she was staying late, but then she pulled back. No fight, no blow up, no goodbye speech, just distance. And you're sitting there saying, bro, everything was fine yesterday. Well, here's the hard truth most men don't want to hear. Nothing went wrong, but your energy, it shifted. Attraction doesn't die from mistakes, it dies from misalignment. You didn't lose her because you weren't enough. You lost momentum because you crossed an invisible line. You started explaining instead of leading, reassuring instead of allowing space. You confused consistency with pressure. You tried to lock something in that was still supposed to be breathing. All right, well, here's some game check for you, nephews. Listen closely. Over investment too early tells her you're too afraid to lose her and not confident enough to let her choose. Premature comfort,
Yeah, that's
sure, that feels safe to you, but it feels flat to her. An unasked reassurance sounds like insecurity, even, nephew, when your intentions are good. And chasing clarity when she pulls back, well, that's how you collapse your frame. So here's the correction most men miss. All right. When a woman pulls back, nephews, you don't chase, explain, or negotiate attraction. You hold your rhythm, you stay grounded, and you let her feel the absence of pressure and the presence of self-governance. Attraction grows when freedom and direction coexist. So tonight, we're breaking down why things fall apart right after they feel great and how you guys unknowingly suffocate momentum. And we're here to show you how to move with calm authority instead of emotional urgency. No blame, no bitterness, just clarity and leadership. Nephews, if you live this, call in. If you're watching for a reply right now, drop your question in the comments. This is Swipe Smarter. We're going to move with intention tonight. Hold your frame and let attraction breathe. I'm your certified unk. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself tonight for everybody.
So I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer and life coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, where we believe in feeling good about yourself before you feel good about anybody else entering your life. We're here to talk about not the things we did perfectly. We're here to talk about what we learned from the things we did piss poorly. We're not here because we didn't learn the lessons we learned because we succeeded, looked over our shoulder at the past and said, oh, good thing I did that and not this. Every time we did the wrong thing, we found out the hard way. Some ways harder than others. I guess a lot of stories go through my head as I describe that, but in short, we're the uncles that everybody has stories about. But do yourselves a favor, learn the moral of those stories, and maybe a thing or two about why you might want to do things a little differently than we did. Remember, guys, we are your sacrificial uncles. We screwed up, so you don't have to.
All right, nephews. Now, before we bring out the lovely ladies tonight, I want to talk a little bit about the topic of the show. All right, why she pulled back when you thought everything was going well. So I want to give you 5 reasons why women pull back. And this is after you guys think things are going great. And I touched on this earlier, Johnny. Your energy shifted from leading to locking her in. So to a woman, at first, it was light and confident. And she's like, this guy has a life. And then suddenly it switches up and she starts thinking, where is this going? Not with words, like with pressure. Like there's more check-ins, there's more certainty seeking, there's more prove you're still here. And it kills the momentum because attraction needs freedom. The second she feels like she's being boxed in, she's going to start creating space. And here's how to fix that, nephews. You stop auditioning for permanence. Act like you're enjoying her, not securing her. Lower the temperature, not the interest. You can stay warm, stay steady, and move with urgency. Replace stuff like "Are we good?" text with direction, like "Hey, I'm slammed this week. Let's link up Thursday night." Right now, if she's distant, you don't flood the lane. You give one clean invitation and then you let her respond. Second thing, Johnny, I've noticed the over invested too early and you become her main source of dopamine. All right.
Well, and I mean, and that's on the most innocent level too. That's if she decides not to see how much she can drag out of you.
Okay. Well, and to a woman, she's going to feel like you were exciting and then you became available on demand. Fast replies, constant updates, long paragraphs, double, triple texting. And she starts feeling like the prize got handed to her before she earned it.
Well, Uncle Bill, I can't really blame the guy for that. He was raised around media and TV, and a lot of people use that as their parents. And he was told a lot of things in the '90s, especially. My God, if he listened to Boyz II Men or Jodeci, he had the wrong idea of how to attract a woman, how to get and keep her interested. This is a guy who was probably taught the wrong things by the wrong people at the wrong time in his life. And, I think he's putting out there what he genuinely wants to put out there. But unfortunately, he's been lied to. He's been lied to by culture and mass media. Yeah.
Well, here's why it kills momentum, nephews, because when your life shrinks, her attraction to you is also going to shrink because now she's dating a man whose center of gravity, well, it's her. So you need to rebalance your life immediately. Gym, work, friends, kids, purpose. She should feel you have motion. All right. And match effort. Don't exceed it. If she sends one line, you don't need to send like 12. All right. In fact, we can even talk about some texting rules tonight, some DM rules tonight in between some of these profiles. Because you really should be using text to set plans, not to prove a connection. Uncle Johnny is always telling you, set the date by the third message. Listen to him on that. You guys.
Yeah, I mean, that should be that should be a pretty brief conversation anyway. That shouldn't be we shouldn't be talking about what do you like? What do you like? Now, come on, man, you're getting into that whole like 2-hour conversation thing. Don't do it.
Nephews, we want you to be busy and consistent, and this will reflect in your dating life. Women will pick up on that.
Sure.
Third problem, Johnny, when they confuse consistency with pressure and communication with emotional labor. Now,
I think they feel obligated to like reciprocate, whether they want to or not. Yeah.
Well, okay, to like a woman, this is going to feel
that's a cringy situation to be in too. That sucks.
A lot of men think they're being mature by checking in, talking it through, or even getting clarity. But
I think they're justifying it to themselves. Yeah.
Well, no, to a woman, Johnny, she's going to hear manage my anxiety. So you don't need to constantly check in, and it's going to kill any momentum you're building because she's going to start associating you with obligation and not enjoyment. Right? Even a good woman will retreat if the vibe becomes nothing but work.
Yeah, and that's really what's going to create that whole her moving a little bit away from you, that body language, crossing her legs away from you or crossing the arms, those kinds of things. That's what's going to get you seated across the table from her, but still picking up the tab.
So we want you to cut the processing talk in early dating. Just keep it simple and present. And if something needs to be said, make it one sentence, not an entire therapy session, nephews.
Yeah, I mean,
and please swap reassurance seeking for leadership.
Oh, God. Listen, I mean, and that's just it. Just because you worded it or you had the kind of tone that you think sounded confident, like I tell you, and I'll keep telling you this every week if I have to, women can smell fake confidence like a fart in the car with the windows up, and it'll actually come across as creepy to them. I'm telling you right now, if you are not confident, don't try to fake it. It's not going to work out for you.
Okay, so if you're replying like this is going to be like very weak to women. If you're like, I feel like you're pulling away. Did I do something wrong?
Oh man.
We want you to have a stronger sense to you. So you should send something like, hey, you've been a little quiet. Everything good. It's so cool. Let's catch up later this week. And then shut up and let her answer.
Yeah, do not send 2 texts in a row ever, but especially not here.
All right. Number 4, Johnny, premature comfort. All right. You stopped courting and started coasting. So what this is going to feel like to a woman is the beginning is playful, intentional, and masculine. And then you get familiar and you start putting in less effort. You start planning fewer dates. It becomes more routine, more talking about doing things than actually doing them. And it kills momentum because great becomes predictable, and predictable without depth, nephews, that becomes boring.
Extremely.
So how to fix this, how to self-correct this is bring back intentional dating, plan, time, place, vibe. Keep escalation slow and earned. Don't act like she's your girlfriend when she isn't. All right, nephews, add variety. One date should be fun, light. Another should be calm and intimate. Another should be new and adventurous. And whatever you do, don't increase comfort, increase value. I want to take you to blank at 7 p.m. on Friday. Johnny, number 5. All right. She hit an invisible line. Values, pace, the compatibility just didn't match. And I see women pull back from this in my own life. Because women can feel like sometimes like she pulls back because she saw something that doesn't necessarily fit. It could be a lifestyle mismatch, emotional volatility. Some of you without game, nephews, it's going to be sexual pressure. A lot of you, it could be inconsistent leadership or unresolved ex drama, financial chaos. Nephews, if you're drinking and partying too much, whatever, you're just not aligned. All right. And women often don't argue about misalignment early, they just exit quietly. So what we would like you to do is don't panic, don't chase, and don't interrogate these women. This makes you look guilty or needy. What you should be doing is a self-audit. Did you start acting possessive? Did you over-sexualize too fast? Did you dump stress on this woman? Did you get sloppy with your standards, nephew? Because if you suspect misalignment, you can handle that with one respectful check. You seem a bit distant, no pressure, the pace isn't right. I respect it. And then you let her choose. And if she comes back, you proceed slower. If she doesn't, you take that lesson and keep moving. All right.
You don't have enough youth left to waste it.
Well, here should be your rule whenever any woman pulls back. One message, one invitation, and then silence. Not as a tactic, because a man with self-governance doesn't chase energy that isn't choosing him. Yep. Now, Johnny, we could move on to the ladies, but something else I want to talk about with these men at some point tonight are DM mistakes. So, now, look, we're on now, nephews. We're live on my Bumble. I have matches waiting in my match queue. I could match live with a woman tonight. And if I do that, we're going to go ahead and start the DM process, start the message process. I'm going to do it live on air for you guys tonight so you can see how it should be done.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for us to find a match online while we're on the podcast, though, because again, we don't go through as many profiles, with you guys as we do when we're just kind of swiping privately, so we're trying to kind of give you the game on, what to look for, what to watch out for. And so for that reason, we don't put as many up as we probably could. But we feel it's more important that you kind of see these, signals, flags, whatever they may be.
Okay, Johnny, who do we have here tonight? First up, we have Brooke. She's 43. It says she's in real estate. About
Oh, boy.
Brooke. Texas born, Ohio raised, Florida and Cali bound. Health nut.
Bless that bitch.
Fitness enthusiast, bookworm, and realtor. I am currently studying for the LSTAT and have not been out much since moving back to Ohio. Love laughing and spending time with like-minded people wanting to live their best life.
You had to end it with a company line.
I knew it, Johnny. I knew you were going to pick up on the company line.
Well, no, and look, I'm not saying that's a deal breaker. I'm just saying, like, it sounded great. And I mean, it still does. Boy, this girl's been to all the worst states this country has to offer. No, yeah, I mean, this is, she's definitely well traveled for the most part. I like the fitness enthusiast thing. I'd be interested in whether she's kind of like, see what I've noticed when I've met women that, especially on Bumble, that were fitness enthusiasts. I'm like, okay, cool. Are you like that girl who likes to do squats and deadlifts? Or are we talking Pilates or yoga? Are we looking at like I said, there's a whole different there's a whole array of that.
Well,
so when I see fitness enthusiasts, I'm kind of interested to see what brand we might be looking at.
Well, the first thing that sticks out to me is the Texas born, Ohio raised, Florida and Cali bound, because this is identity and trajectory. She sees herself as mobile and not rooted. Now, to me, this tells me two things: that she values growth, movement, and optionality. And also that she's not advertising that nesting energy right now. So
no, this is a girl looking to have some fun.
If you're hyper local, routine heavy, future locking early, you might feel misaligned with this woman fast.
Mm-hmm.
Nephews, I would say lead with adventure and direction and not permanence. Johnny, what is it?
You're probably not starting a family with this girl, no.
And then the next thing, you picked up on the fitness enthusiast, health nut, bookworm, realtor. To me, and because Johnny, we've been doing this quite a while, I can read this as a discipline stack. Health plus fitness equals self-regulation. Bookworm tells me that she's mentally stimulated, and realtor, this is telling me that she has some ambition, some autonomy, and schedule control.
In the real estate business, you're setting things up based on appointments, and so you're gonna have to be flexible with your own time. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of a self-starting, self-motivating type of career.
Well, low effort men are going to get filtered out immediately. You don't impress her by talking. You impress women like this by having standards and structure. She's not looking for hype. She's scanning for competence. Now,
although the realtor and the traveling thing does kind of indicate. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but the real estate industry is pretty good for the ones you have fun with.
Now, let's talk about the biggest signal in this to me. I would say the currently studying for the LSTAT.
Yep.
Now, this means that she has long-term thinking, delayed gratification, and she has a certain tolerance for stress, Johnny.
Well, and I mean, I think in a career like that, you have to. Yeah.
So, nephews, with this, you can't become another distraction. You don't chase attention with a woman like this. You offer calm and clarity, short texts, clean plans, and no emotional labor.
Yeah, I think I think you take this one date at a time. This starts off with an hour or so of drinks. You just kind of take that into the next date. But this is something where you're gonna want to kind of go through the layers.
All right, Johnny, this next part, have not been out much since moving back to Ohio. This is telling me.
Don't blame her. It's friggin' cold over there.
Johnny, this is vulnerability, but it's controlled. She's saying that she's recentering, very selective with her energy, and really that she's not in party mode. So I wouldn't really pitch a nightlife date with this. It wouldn't be drinks at a bar. I would like coffee, or weather's changing, bro. The duck pond. I can't wait to start having duck pond dates again.
Oh man.
But yeah, like coffee, a walk, something simple. Because you're not here to entertain. You're here to see if you're a fit. Now, the company line, Johnny, you want to talk about this? I break it down first. I
love laughing. I don't know anybody who hates it. So,
okay. Well, now this is a company line, but it is still useful because there's a translation to it. Emotional tone does
sense
matter.
of humor, this kind of shit. Yeah.
It tells me she wants a positive masculine presence, not cynicism or any kind of trauma bonding. Now,
Yeah, be able to elicit that uncontrollable laughter. Yeah.
If you trauma dump, complain, or posture, you're done. Like confidence beats intensity here. Trust me. That's all we got for her. All right, nephews. Brooke here is high functioning, forward looking, and I'd say she's self-contained. All right. She's not asking to be rescued. She's not advertising loneliness. And she's quietly asking, can you meet me where I am without slowing me down?
I mean, this is going to be something that's going to be on the move. I think this is going to definitely be where you're going to have to start casual, and you're going to have to vet until you get past that casual point.
So, Johnny, we love to tell these nephews to learn from our mistakes, and that we've made mistakes so they don't have to.
Oh man!
So I want to tell you, men, how you're going to mess this up right away. Okay. First is over texting, because this is a busy woman. You're also going to mess this up if you try to over impress, because this is an accomplished woman. And if you future project, you got to understand she's 43, and all three of those things signal insecurity. Now, nephews, the correct game here with Brooke is one clean opener. No resume comparison. Move to a first date fast, but you have to keep it low pressure. I would say, coffee date, actually. So I would say something like, you seem disciplined and thoughtful. Let's grab a coffee this week and see if we get along.
Yeah.
Right,
I think I would definitely, damn, that would definitely be a good first step. I would definitely keep an eye out for body language during conversation. But yeah, don't be auditioning for this one. You become the best version of yourself. If you don't think you can bring that version of yourself, don't swipe right on this chick. Don't go. I mean, you're gonna have to be confident. You're gonna have to be, your unapologetically masculine self.
All right, Johnny, I'm on the fence here whether to swipe right or left. She's busy. I'm busy. I've had lots of dates on Bumble fall through because our schedules just can't match up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to presume that without swiping.
Well, I do like what she has to say as far as fitness and health, bookworm. I know not to try to lock her down. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe right on this one, Johnny.
This could be a fun time.
We get 3 profiles every week that are right swipes for me, because Johnny's very goal oriented. So I'm gonna go ahead and swipe right on this one. It was a pretty good profile. Hopefully, I've given you some pretty good game on how to move on profiles like this.
All right. So we're 1 for 1.
Now, let me check out this next profile real quick. And nephews, I just got to preview these to make sure there's nothing in it that I can't share.
At the layer.
I'd like to find a good one for you guys.
Well, while Uncle Bill's doing that, by the way, if you have any great stories about online dating, anything that's happened to you or somebody you know, whether they're funny stories, scary stories, whatever it happens to be, leave it in the comments or shoot us an email. It's in the I have my email in the chat here. So, let us know.
All right, Johnny. Next profile, we got Allison. She's 44. And I have to tell you, there is probably twice the amount of women in their 40s on here as there are women in their 20s. But they typically also put a lot more effort into their profiles, too.
Well, I think that sometimes it's a biological clock, sometimes it's experience, and kind of just putting out there. Look, let's vet out what we're not looking for right away.
All right, Johnny, next profile. About Allison. Are you ready to go deeper than usual small talk? I'm a kind, funny, intelligent, vivacious, and passionate woman who believes that all things are always just as they are meant to be. I love great conversation, and I will certainly keep you laughing. I'm always up for a new adventure.
Yeah, I mean, now that sounds pretty concise, and then that's, even if that doesn't appeal to you, it definitely paints a clear picture what she's what you can expect. Yeah.
Um, I do notice that it says she's looking for something casual and that
All
she
right, there
drinks
we go.
socially. What else do we have here? Okay. Ready to go deeper than usual small talk. What does that say to you, Johnny?
Well, I mean, I definitely think she's tired of the one word answers, the one sentence responses. Um, I think she's looking for something specific that's going to require her to have a little conversation and see if she's seeing anything in the body language, which, by the way, you should be looking for when you talk to her.
Now, this to me is a frame grab because she's testing for emotional depth early, like very early, very first sentence. So this is telling me that this is a woman who wants presence, curiosity, and substance, which she does not want trauma dumping, forced vulnerability, or performative deep talks.
I
A
would
lot of
go so
men
far as to
fail
say,
here by
fellas, don't
trying to
trauma
prove
dump ever.
a lot of men fail here by trying to prove depth instead of demonstrating a calm intelligence. Um, I'm kind, funny, intelligent, a vivacious, passionate woman. This is a self-description stack. This is not evidence. Translation in this is she identifies as expressive and high energy. She wants to be felt, not managed. You don't mirror her adjectives. That's corny. You don't try
Oh man,
to out-talk her. You'll lose frame. Your job is to be grounded enough to handle all this vivacious energy without matching it. Now, the part here who believes that all things are always just as they are meant to be. Nephews, this is a spiritual slash fate worldview. All right. The positive read here is that she's meaning oriented, not rigid. Uh, some cautious nephews. Some women use this language to avoid accountability or hard conversations. Now, whatever you do, don't argue philosophy. You just observe her
oh
behavior
god,
over time. Let her show you how she handles friction. Now, this part, I love great conversations and will certainly keep you laughing. That to me, Johnny says she sees herself as a bit of a entertainer.
yeah.
Translation to me is that she values chemistry and flow. Now, if you come in stiff with the whole interview style or logic heavy, you're going to get iced out. All right, but if you become the audience instead of the leader, attraction is going to drop. Balance here is key. I'm always up for a new adventure. This is a classic line, Johnny. We see this often, but it is useful. It tells us that she wants novelty and momentum, not routine and stagnation.
And maybe a little unpredictability.
Um, well, I don't know if I would pitch coffee to this one. It does say she drinks socially. So far, I'm getting that she's very emotion forward. She wants depth,
Mm.
laughter, experience, movement. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we have here, Johnny.
Yeah, we gotta have some prompts or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was just talking about. The women in their 40s take the time to fill these things out a little
Yep.
bit better. Okay, first prompt here is one thing you need to know about me is I am an open book and love people who are the same. Life is too short to not express your genuine self. What do you think, Johnny?
I think that she likes to be able to be with somebody who's easily readable, but at the same time, I would say just be a little bit, cautious not to put all 52 cards on the table at once, guys. Um, but expressing your genuine self, that is exactly what I mean by being the best version of yourself and being the version of yourself that you like so well that you are ready to share that with someone that, has earned the right to share it with you. Um, that kind of sounds like a version of that I'm seeing in that last sentence there.
Okay. Let me see here. Then she says, I'm happiest when I'm near a body of water on a beautiful day. That is definitely a company line.
Yeah, I don't know that the scenery is always the same, but I think that there's definitely something about being, wanting to be outdoors and near water. Yeah.
Um, Next prompt. My real life superpower is my intuition and my ability to see the best in all situations. Life is seldom easy, but our great challenges teach us our greater lessons.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like our disclaimer at the beginning about how our failures are going to teach us more than our successes.
Okay. Um, I had a comment here. I missed it. Summer says eHarmony was asked for 7,000. I'm
I don't
That
know
was
what
a
that
few
means.
minutes ago. Apologize we didn't get to that sooner, Summer. I would have loved for you to elaborate.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that one.
All right. Back to the profile here. Real life superpower is intuition. This is a self-trust declaration, Johnny. She values inner guidance. She believes she reads people well, and she moves on feelings, not checklist.
Wouldn't you
Now,
know?
you're not going to logic your way into attraction. If
No,
you're
never.
worthy, your energy don't match, you're done.
Look,
Even if
if
you do,
attraction were logical, we would all at least have a little bit of it.
like my ability to see the best in all situations, this is a very optimistic view, but it's also a pattern tell. All right, there's two possible realities. All right, you don't assume, you have to observe. Number one is a very healthy one where it's resilient. She
Mhm.
reframes adversity and she's emotionally regulated. The more risky reality is where she overlooks red flags, rationalizes bad dynamics, and stays too long. All right. You don't test her with chaos. Nephews, you test alignment with consistency and boundaries. If she reacts poorly to calm structure, that's information.
Yep.
Now, this part about life is seldom easy, but our greatest challenges teach us our greater lessons. As Johnny was mentioning earlier, this is lived experience language, right? We can tell she's been through something. She's integrated it into meaning, and she
And hey,
doesn't
by
want
our 40s, I would hope we've all had at least one of those experiences.
So just don't trauma bond. Don't ask for her story too early
Yeah.
or at all, and don't share yours unprompted.
Oh, for the love of God, just don't trauma dump ever. All right, just ever.
Okay. Depth with women like this is earned through safety and presence, not confessionals.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't care what you've seen on reality TV.
I'm seeing a lot of Johnny emotional openness. I'm seeing spiritual framing. The woman values meaning over mechanics. and expression over restraint. Nephews, here's how you guys fail. You overshare because the woman puts stuff in her profile about open book.
And you want to be the good listener who saw what she said. So here you are just going and openly expressing it.
You dump philosophy because she put something in her profile about intuition.
Then you start calling her beautiful on the third message.
Well, then you start to bond over struggles because she mentioned challenges.
I mean, we could go on, guys. We really could, but yeah.
Is emotional labor to a woman, not attraction. All right, Johnny. One thing we love to do is give you the game on what you should be doing, whether that's on Monday night with your questions, whether that's on Thursday night with these profiles. So I want to give you the game on how to get at this woman, because we realize she might not be for me, but nephews, that does not mean that she is not for you.
But guys, before Uncle Bill does that, if you're enjoying our podcast right now and you're watching live, please give us a like. It really helps our algorithm. It'd be great to see you in there, and then maybe leave us a comment, even to just say hey.
Appreciate that. All right, nephews. If this woman, you want to get at this woman, you're going to have to stay grounded and lightly curious. All right. You let her open and you don't pry. You demonstrate stability and not cosplay at depth. Strong masculine response energy. All right. You need to be calm, amused, attentive, unrushed, and curious. Short statements, clear plans. All right. You're not here to be another lesson. You're here to be a grounded presence that this woman can relax into. All right, Johnny, we're going to pass on this one tonight.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it wasn't a bad profile, but I don't think she's quite Uncle Bill's type.
All right, let me check out Stacy here. Okay. Let's check out Stacy here, Johnny.
All right.
All right, Johnny. Next profile here is Stacy, 38, and there's no bio. Okay, let's go on to the first prompt. She says, the chapter I'm most proud of in my life is beating breast cancer.
Now, see, that applause to her. So what you're saying is you've beaten breast cancer and you don't have anything to say in your bio? I mean, I'm not saying you should be out there tooting your own horn if that's not the type of person you are, and I'm glad it isn't. But, I mean, there's got to be something that you've learned about yourself through that experience. There's got to be something that, you can leave us with that gives us some sort of window into your personality here.
I'm disappointed there's no bio.
Yeah.
When they leave out the bio and they go right to the prompts.
Especially with an amazing story like that.
Yeah. Well, all right. This one's going to require discipline. You know what? Let's read these next two questions and then I'll break down everything since we don't have a bio.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny. She says,
I haven't been to Ravenna in years.
Next prompt here is, my character flaw is I'm a caregiver by nature. And then the last prompt here says, the best thing my kid has ever taught me is autism is beautiful, amazing, never boring, extremely smart, always giving, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so that's definitely a little more of that specific nature we were looking for. So
Right,
maybe she didn't think of anything that she wanted to spontaneously say like you would do in the bio, but the prompts might have given her a chance to open up here a little bit like that.
All right. Well,
so she's a nurturer.
That's all we have is just two different pictures of her. I'm not seeing thirst traps.
No.
These
I
aren't
like
full
glasses, though.
body pictures, so she's probably not that confident in her body, I would say. Um because there's no bio, the prompts are doing all the work in this profile. So you need to observe things like, does she live in gratitude or vigilance? Does
Mhm.
she move forward or stay anchored to survival? Um, can she enjoy lightness or does everything stay heavy?
Yeah.
You don't interrogate, you let conversation and dates reveal it. Now, let me give you a little bit of game here with survivor stories, nephew. You don't match intensity. The
Mhm.
last thing you ever do is try to fix, and you don't perform empathy. You stay grounded, respectful, and calm. Because that's what safety feels like to a woman who's been through real adversity. Now this my character flaws. I'm a caregiver by nature. John, this is a self-awareness tell, not a
Yeah, I
confession.
mean, by calling that a character flaw, it sounds like she's kind of saying her caring nature has been taken advantage of in her words.
Yeah.
Um,
So she overgives. She has historically overfunctioned in her relationships, and she's aware that it can become unbalanced. I mean, this is
and
good, but it's nephews. I need you to understand this is also a warning label. And here's
and
where
nephews, you're going to
it
hear the
messes
stories
up.
about a lot of them too.
They lean into this, Johnny. I love a nurturing woman. They start unloading stress way too early and they unconsciously look to be cared for. Now, that's going to trigger a burnout pattern, not
Mm.
attraction in a woman like this. Now, the correct game to move forward with this, Johnny, is you don't position yourself as somebody who needs care. You're going to demonstrate a few things to this woman, like emotional regulation, self sufficiency, and that you have direction in your life. The energy that she needs to feel is I can relax with this man and I don't have to manage him. Now, okay, I would pivot. All right, if the trauma stuff comes up, I would do a brief acknowledgement of it and then I would pivot to boundaries, joy, or balance. Like,
Yeah.
hey, that makes sense. Balance matters. What do you do to recharge you? You don't exploit her
Mm.
nature. You signal awareness without fear, and you you frame it mutually, not dependence. Um, the last one, Johnny, the best thing my kid has ever taught me. Now, this is identity level parenting. What she's
Yeah.
communicating is that her child is central to her life and she's reframed this challenge into meaning. So she's going to
Well, and
expect a
I think
certain,
she's even kind of subtly putting it out there and saying, like, listen, I have a special needs child. And look, a lot of men are going to shy away from that. And I think she's just kind of just, hey, this is right here. This is what it is.
yeah,
And
it's non
swipe
negotiable
left, you
terrain.
got swipe left. Yeah. Yep. But she's subtle
Now,
about that part.
now here's where a lot of guys would mess up, Johnny. They would start praising her as super mom, um, or start asking invasive questions about autism.
Yeah.
Now, and
Well
whatever you
meaning and
do,
everything like that, but it comes across way too overbearing.
yeah, and don't start talking about logistics, discipline, or how hard that must be. All of that feels
Yeah.
like patronizing or exhausting to her, really.
Like my
So
friend, she knows.
you can acknowledge it without spotlighting it. All right, you don't
Yep.
make her child the conversation centerpiece, but you do show some emotional intelligence. So, and Johnny, a clean masculine posture would be respectful, unshaken, and present focused. Um, I don't know, Johnny. I see a woman here who is resilient. I see a woman who is deeply maternal. I'm seeing somebody who is meaning driven and prone to overgiving. So she's not looking for another project. She's not looking for another dependent. She's not looking for another emotionally messy man. And I say another. She would be open to calm leadership, emotional steadiness, and a man who has peace, not responsibility.
Well, good, because we're looking for a woman who brings peace and not chaos. So,
right. Well, okay, nephews. The one rule with this profile here is if you can't regulate yourself, don't swipe right on it.
Yep.
And that's slow, clean, grounded, no savior talk, no intensity spikes, and no future promises. Presence beats performance every time.
Yep.
All right, Johnny, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think in your situation, I would probably go left. You got a lot on your plate, and so does she.
Yeah. All right, we're going to
pass. That's
the
timing thing. Yeah.
Hey, chat, if you think I should swipe right on this profile, let me know down in the comments. I'll swipe right on it for you. If you think I should swipe left, tell me. I'll swipe left on it. Let me know. What we doing here?
All right. By the way, if you haven't already, take a minute, go to William the Conqueror's YouTube channel as well as mine. Make sure you've already hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. You can be notified when our live streams are coming up and whenever we post new content, guys. We're always out here giving you short videos, giving you hour-long specials twice a week, you know.
Hey, Johnny Carl says, brother, it took me a long time from calling my mother of my son from baby mama and his mother. Don't talk about her in a bad way. Bro, there is no way I got your baby mama up on my Bumble tonight.
Yeah. That took me a second. I'm like, wait, what?
All right, so what's up, dog? Should I pass on your baby mama or smash on her? Bruh. I'm just fucking with you. All right, next profile.
That was awesome.
Johnny, all right, I had to preview this to make sure there's nothing I can't share in here, but I did the dog at the very beginning of the profile. And it's
dog
a pretty
is
cool
like,
picture.
what in the actual hell is going on here?
The picture did. If you guys, I'll have to zoom in when I clip this. This dog looks like it's being held hostage.
Yeah, he looks terrified.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'll preview. Preview the profile.
That girl's mom calls that dog her grandpuppy.
All right, we'll break this one down, Johnny. We may do one more after this.
All right,
but we're gonna wrap this up here in a little bit, even if I don't have any matches tonight. Okay, next profile, Johnny. We got Kate. She's 33. About Kate, you can find me in a metro park, guards game, pulling out a deck of cards from my purse, or sitting around a campfire. I like to be on the road with Cleveland as my home base, and I have a lot of flexibility and travel often. Looking to build connection that is intentional.
All right. So she likes traditional card games. She's into sports, which is cool. She likes to sit around the campfire. So do I. I like making a fire. Grilling outside. I'm still going to do that this summer. It really does seem like she's not only giving you a pretty, at least specific enough array of things she's into, but she's making it pretty clear that she's willing to travel a little bit. This is a girl who's putting in a serious effort to find somebody.
Bless that bitch.
I think, nephews, I think that's what a lot of you need are women that put effort into being with some of you, because a lot of you want to date women who don't want to put any effort into you at all.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them they'll be real quick to question your effort, though.
Well, okay, Johnny. All right, let me see here. Let me get on track. I'm sorry. I'm doing like 5 things at once. You can find me in a Metro Park Guards game or pulling out a deck of cards from my purse or sitting around a campfire. This is vibe signaling to me.
Mhm.
She's outdoorsy, but not extreme. She's social, but not nightlife heavy, and playful, spontaneous, and maybe even experimental. It's not a woman impressed by status flexing. She's responding to presence and, well, shared moments, not resumes.
Yeah, she's not spending the entire bio saying what she's not looking for, what she's not going to tolerate. No, she's putting out there what she, a little bit about what she is.
Men mess this up by trying to be, well, you guys try to out adventure women like this. You can't do that. um, John, the next lines. I like to be on the road, but Cleveland is my home base. This is independence plus rootedness. She's saying I move, but I belong somewhere. I'm not chaotic. She's telling us she has a level of autonomy. So I would say don't interrogate her travel. Don't project insecurity. And
Yeah, and if you're not into girls who travel, then yeah, if you're not into girls who travel, if it's going to be the kind of thing it's going to make you worry about whatever, then swipe left. That wouldn't be the one to go on.
Well, okay, I have a lot of flexibility and travel often. This is a schedule disclosure. I don't think it's a flex. I think
right. Not only that, but
to tell us that she values freedom, she won't tolerate clinginess, and she needs a man who's comfortable with space.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be kind of like an almost casual situation, but not really. But it's going to be one of those things where, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very what do you call it? Like I don't want to say a loose relationship, but it's not going to be that we spend every waking moment together kind of thing.
Well, okay, the looking to build a connection that is intentional. Now, out of the whole bio, this is a line that matters because she's tired of drifting situationships. She wants clarity, but not pressure. And she values direction over intensity. Now, this is where weak men start that future talk, and strong men, we lead with our presence.
Well, because they read into that whole dating with intention, and so they want to make sure they tell her all those intentions. And it's like, no, this is going to be a situation where she's going to do what you should be doing, and that's called bottom lining the actions.
Well, Johnny, let's talk about what intentional does not mean. Intentional does not mean heavy talks. It doesn't mean timelines or emotional processing early. And what intentional does mean, nephews, are clear plans that you follow through and you have a certain level of emotional steadiness. I'd say she's given me like balanced freedom. She wants playfulness, direction, space, and shared experiences. She doesn't want control, neediness, over explaining, or men who need reassurance. All right. We got another comment, Johnny.
Yeah, we got
men and women both have to put effort in 50-50. I love nature, campfires, camping, and a feel if person wants connection, they should try to have something in common. Okay, well, that's where you're making a mistake because you're trying. Well, no, Johnny's trying to build a connection on commonalities, and that's not how. That's not how.
See, I read it as that would be like the stepping stone. That's what I thought he meant.
Okay, well, maybe. Let me read this one more time. Put effort in 50-50.
Or 100-100.
All right. We appreciate the comment. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
All right. Let's move on here. This woman's asking, can you keep up with me? Like, can you walk beside me without gripping my hand? I don't know. Okay. Let's keep going here, Johnny.
Yeah, let's do that.
Prompt. Next prompt here is when my phone dies, I leave it. Gives me a better chance to connect back into myself.
I tell you young men this all the time. Take a couple, if you are able to do that, and I know not all of you are going to be able to do that, sadly, in this day and age. But if you're ever able to do so, and I don't mean while you're asleep, I mean your waking hours, take your phone, shut it off, put it in a drawer, do something that does not involve it. Um, if you are able to give yourself that freedom at any point, take that opportunity. I'm telling you, you're going to feel like $1,000,000.
Okay, Johnny. Let me see here. What else do we have? All right. This one's a little bit subtle to me. I mean, this prompt's communicating a self-regulation signal. All right. She's not dopamine driven, I guess is what I'm trying to say. She values presence over constant availability. And she's
Either
comfortable
that or
with
she is
silence and
dopamine driven
space.
and she's trying to moderate it that way, which is also cool.
It might not be a flex. It seems more like a boundary.
Yeah.
But man, you guys are gonna mess this up if you take it personally. Right? There's she's bad at texting. No, she's intentional. All right.
I mean, my thing is this: if it's at a level that you don't like, then hey, to get out of it. Remember, you're allowed to vet too, but she's letting you know that's kind of what it might be.
Okay, Johnny. Next prompt here says, "Teach me something about myself." F1 racing. You don't have to, but
Okay.
apparently Brad Pitt's movie was not a biopic.
Biopic. Yeah, I have not actually seen that movie in its entirety, so I really can't comment on that one.
I don't watch movies. I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I don't watch sports. I don't have time for any of that. I wish I did.
Bill actually just discovered the internet when we started the show, believe it or not. We were going to do it on the radio.
That's right. Okay. Teach me something about myself. F1 racing. I don't know, Johnny. You want to take this one?
I mean, I'm really not into the racing. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to pass on this one, Johnny. Teach me something about
that's going to be enough for me, dog.
All right. I mean, look, here's what she's actually doing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
This
I know Max Verstappen's pretty good.
Okay, this prompt here. Teach me something about F1 racing. I think she's searching for how a man handles a level of expertise without ego. All right, because I'm getting curiosity here and playfulness. She's saying I don't know everything, leadership. And she's interested in a niche topic here without needing an obsession. So, all right, let's wrap this up, Johnny. Yeah. I think I'm done here tonight with these. We did not find any. Just go ahead and pass on this one.
We did get a right. We did find one match, didn't we? We did. We got one.
All right, chat. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them before we wrap this up. I do have the phone lines open if you want to call in. We want to be a resource for you guys. So ask us anything you need to. We're your favorite uncles. We're here for you.
Absolutely.
If nobody has any questions tonight, Johnny. You got anything you want to add before we wrap this up tonight, sir?
I do, guys. We're going to see you Monday night, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. But remember, between now and then, there's an entire weekend, a whole lot of opportunities for you to get in trouble. So please keep the drugs and alcohol to a minimum. But if you do drink, don't drive. And if you do drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.
All right, nephews. I want you to rock this symbol before closing. Because tonight, you saw something that was important. All right, most men think women pull back because something dramatic happened, because someone else showed up, because they weren't enough. But that's rarely the truth. What happens is actually a little bit quieter. nephews, energy shifts or pressure creeps in or over investment shows up before it's earned. Your consistency turns into control. Depth turns into emotional dumping. And she doesn't argue. She doesn't announce it. She just recalibrates. And the men who win aren't the loudest. They're not the most intense. They're not the most impressive on paper, but they are regulated. They do move with rhythm. They can sit in silence without spiraling. They can show interest without gripping. And they can lead without forcing. Attraction isn't built through pressure. It's built through polarity and peace. If she pulls back and you panic, you confirm her doubts. If she pulls back and you stay centered, you create space for her to lean back in. Right? That's the difference between chasing and leading. You don't negotiate attraction. You don't argue someone into chemistry. You don't text paragraphs trying to fix energy. Nephews, you hold your frame. You stay on your purpose and you let people choose you. And if they don't, bless them, keep it moving. Johnny, what do we always say?
No means go.
Journey.
Yep.
All right, because the man who is aligned doesn't fear distance. He fears losing himself. And if something we said tonight hit you, call in next week. If you're catching the replay, drop your question in the comments. We're not here to bash women. We're here to sharpen men. Nephews, this is Swipe Smarter. Move with intention. Hold your frame and let attraction breathe. And we'll be back Monday night with Ask Your Favorite Uncles. Right, Johnny? We got you. We're out.
Yeah.